Hi, my name is Linda Young, and I am a member of the Father's Heart Church. I'm very proud to be a member. I'm also a greeter and an usher. I'm very blessed to be here today to be able to speak. I came to know the Lord truly to go up one day at the altar on a Sunday to at the First Assembly of God Church, and I was 11 years old. And I gave my life to the Lord then. Then, I would say 6 months into that year, my father had decided to leave, and we became a single family, and my mother struggled with 7 kids. I was the oldest, and when you get put in that situation, somebody has to pitch in and help, and I happen to be that one. Through those years, I have to be honest, I started to question. I always believed still in God, but I questioned His timing, and I just couldn't understand how He could let that happen, especially after I just surrendered my life to Him. So why? Why did that happen? I went for years looking for a little girl who was pretty proud of having a dad, but then all of a sudden gone, and I couldn't understand. So I started to search for love in all the wrong places, and just wanted to have a male figure just love me. At the age of 15, I met a man, and of course he paid all kinds of attention to me, and I thought, oh wow, I finally got something that I desired, even though I knew I was 15 and still too young, because my home life was constantly helping my mother, taking care of kids. And my mind really totally wasn't on school because I was wondering what I was going to cook for dinner that night. It was easy for me to walk away from school and to trust this man that was willing to pay so much attention to me. So at the age of 15, I continued this relationship. At the age of 16, I was pregnant and I got married. I quit school thinking I knew everything. And this man was definitely going to love me. That must have been what God had purposed. Little did I really understand that that was a trap. And I walked right into Satan's trap. He was somebody that was a manager of an adult bookstore. So you can just imagine what my life was like. He was very abusive. He beat me. He threatened my life. He threatened my family's life. If I had left, he would go after them. The typical thing that a lot of young girls find themselves in that situation. I was married to him for 11 years, but I have to be honest with you, I never in a million years thought I was ever going to get out. Every time I would go to family court, they would allow him to have visitation. We had 4 children together. But the day finally came that things were unveiled, and I finally had been given the evidence to be able to go to court, to go to Child Protective Services, and finally say he was a pedophile and he sexually abused my daughter. That's when God started to really say, this is your out now, Linda. What are you going to do with it? Well, what I did with it is I went out of fear, not trusting the Lord's plan, into right back in a situation with another man. I was with 4 kids, had no idea how to survive, support, didn't get much in the line of child support, and I had never worked. I was very isolated because my first husband, he was one that no privacy was allowed. He actually took the bathroom door off to pay attention to everything that I had done. So I really didn't know what else to do. So I ended up meeting this man that was in a rock band, and especially since I didn't have a childhood, I thought, well, this is pretty cool. I thought, well, I could fall into this. Well, I got married, and he ended up being a drug addict and an alcoholic. We did have a child together, so I ended up with 5 children. But this man that I married the second time, there was one thing. He was a good provider, and he adopted my first 4 children. So I thought that was good. That's all I could ask for. That's all I would deserve. You know, I didn't think there was another plan for me. As much as I always knew that God never left me, I just didn't trust his plan. I always tried to put my own there. So as years went by, I finally got to a point that I said I just couldn't do it anymore. I realized that I had escaped constantly from one man to another to finally get to a point to say, I can't do this anymore, Lord, help me. And one day I came home and I said to my second husband, I said, is this working for you? Because I feel like we're both just so miserable. And he was not willing to change his life at all. And when I talked to him about God, he pretty much laughed in my face. And I knew it was time. We parted peacefully, we truly did. And we did the best we could for the kids. But it came to a point where I trusted God this time. I didn't run off and get married right away. It took me a while, and the temptation was there because I was scared. But I finally gave myself time to realize who I was and who I started to become in the Lord that I never really thought I deserved, thought I could be. And I finally did get married for the third time, and he was a blessing. He definitely is a blessing. He is somebody that, he doesn't come to church with me every week, but he always supports me in my decisions. He prays with me. We go on our long walks together. We have our conversations privately, and we talk about God. And he's there to support me no matter what. In 2018, March of 2018, I finally was water baptized. And that is real. I believe I truly started to surrender everything. I think that so many things started to open because I was one day with my brother that was dying, and he finally had passed. And as I was driving home, I had this conversation with the Lord that was just amazing. And I said, I don't know what the purpose is. I don't know. I can't put all the pieces together, but I know there's a huge picture that you've got for me. And I know you're giving me a piece at a time. And I know this is just one more piece that's going to fit in that puzzle. Now I'm ready for you to give me whatever pieces you want to give me right now. That day I came home, and my son had said something to me. He said, Mom, I met this woman, and she is a life coach. And Mom, she sounds just like you. The only thing that's different is she's got confidence and you lack it. An opportunity came for me to meet that life coach. And that day we prayed together because we both had the same stories, very similar. And from that day on, God started to put more and more pieces together. He was preparing me all this time to be able to tell the story and to become a coach, to be able to share with others that no matter where you come from, no matter what your circumstance is, and no matter how hopeless it seems, your story is yours, and He's put that in your heart to be able to reach out to others, to share. I'm also somebody that went through abortion. There's many, many things. And it's just a matter of, did I believe in God? Yes, I always believed in God. But did I trust in His plan? No, I didn't. But I finally came to that day to trust in His plan. And in 2019, I started a business. And it was all to praise God for His glory, to tell the story He gave me to tell. That's where I am today.